Okay, this is Carrie Harris, and I'm gonna talk about what we learned today in class watching the video that Dr. Shahan showed us on standards, and is basically called a formative assessment. The standards, they help the teachers focus on everything that they do while they're teaching. It pretty much is like outlines for their whole day while they're teaching. They talked about embed the standards, also known as standards embedded curriculum, which is basically just using the standards throughout everything. Students have to understand what the standards mean and what they are for. They talked about lots, which is lots of the standards. I think that's what I wrote down. I'm not sure if I wrote that down right. Oh, it's language of the standards. Sorry, I'll have to correct that. It is essential to go over the standards in class every day. That helps, I guess, drill it in the students' brains. It will be on the state test, so that also helps with that. A standards-based school is teaching from beginning to end of a lesson using the standards. You'll use the language of the standards for everything. Breaking apart the standards and explaining it to the students helps them understand that better, or understand what they mean and why they're even learning them. Assessment drives instructions is, what do the students need to know? How am I going to teach this to my students? It's a way of learning how to do everything that you need to be doing as a teacher. And they talked about how we should chunk our instructions. We should have post-assessments after whatever we have done throughout the day to make sure that the children understood what we were trying to teach them. Make sure that they understand it and go over it several times and keep a portfolio of these things, especially on each kid. We should have checklists of the standards in the classroom. We should definitely use the post-it notes like they talk about. I didn't write that down, but we should use those it would help them understand things better. And it said that using the standards in the classroom helps a teacher prioritize and focus. And that's all I have.